Hi, I'm Jeremy Sherman. I'm a psychoproctologist. That means I study assholes. That is, I study how you diagnose, treat, and prevent assholery. I'm a specialist. I've been doing this for 25 years. I am not an expert. I don't think you can be an expert on this topic. I think it's dangerous to claim any expertise in the diagnosis of assholes. After all, Hitler would have considered himself an expert on how you deal with assholes. But one of the questions I deal with is this one about how you treat them. How do you respond to them? How do you, in effect, disappoint them? Because these are people who are playing God because it's so much easier than being human if you can get away with it. So this is a video about how to keep them from getting away with it. How do you humbly humble people who will say or do anything to avoid humility? That's what the heart of this video is about. It's going to demonstrate two techniques that I have found really useful. The first one is very straightforward, very fundamental. Do not debate them. They are just masturbating to you taking the bait. So you call them on that instead. You just focus on their MO. Do not let them lead you around by the nose to whatever topic brings them their godlike comfort. That's not where you want to be. You don't want to follow them around. You don't want to take their topic. They're doing what we call frame dominance. That is, they get to set the frame. They're the judge. They decide what's permissible in their court. Don't buy it. Instead, just focus on their MO. And the second follows from this. They are going to try to moralize at you. And they do it by a simple method, which is, I call it the tuck and duck. They tuck themselves under anything that sounds positive, and they duck anything that sounds negative. Now, we all do that to some extent, and that's partly why you need this second technique. They don't listen to the meanings of words at all. They just listen to their flavor or their sound, and that's what you want to call them on. And if they attack you, don't take the bait. Don't do the duck and tuck thing where you say, no, I wouldn't have that negative human trait. The negative human traits all have their place. The illustration you'll find in this video is, at one point, the asshole calls the other person a name caller. Well, calling someone a name caller is name calling. We all name call. If I call you a really nice person, I'm name calling. If I call a criminal, I'm name calling. We shouldn't mince words about it. We all name call. But the goal for a person who's not trying to play God is to name call in the right places, not the wrong places. We're trying to figure out where to name call. We want to name call with precision. Whereas for an asshole, name call just sounds bad. They're not paying attention to what it means or whether they do it. And so they're going to call it at you because they just fling shit at anybody in their way. That's all they do. So in this exchange, it's not a video, it's just an audio, you're going to hear an asshole attacking another person, and the other person, by the way, I play the asshole. It's very important to play the asshole sometimes just to get a really good sense of what it's like to be one. Really understand what it is to be in that state. Anyway, I play the asshole. A buddy of mine plays the guy who disappoints me, the guy who humbly humbles me, since it's apparent from my behavior that I will say or do anything to avoid humility. So check this out. I'm not listening to you anymore.
Okay.
You're an asshole, that's why.
Yeah, but you'd say that about anyone who disagrees with you.
No, but you really are.
Well, what's your definition of an asshole?
You.
I'm an example, not a definition. Why am I an asshole?
Because you are.
So God has spoken. I'm an asshole.
Well, asshole, what's your definition?
Well, mine's simple, because assholes are simple. Assholes are addicted to a mindless formula that goes like this. I'm the authority on what's good and bad. If it sounds good, it's about me. If it sounds bad, it's about anyone who challenges my authority.
No, that's what you do.
There's that formula. It sounds bad, so it's about me because I'm challenging your authority.
That's stupid.
Again, the formula. Pretend you're the supreme authority on what's bad, and since I challenge you, I'm bad.
I'm honest.
Honest sounds good, so you decree that you're honest.
You're saying I'm the asshole?
Not you, really. You're a human. But based on your behavior lately, my bit is that you're addicted to the asshole formula. With me, anyway. Maybe not with everyone.
That's a laugh. You're the asshole.
I know. I'm the asshole because asshole sounds bad and you're the authority.
But you're saying I'm the asshole?
Not the asshole, an asshole with me. You could return to being human if you weaned yourself off the formula and got curious about meanings, not just sweet and sour word sounds.
You're insulting and rude.
Again, that's the formula. Reliable, predictable, just pull out your ass any term that sounds shitty and toss it down at rivals from atop your fake high horse.
Nuh-uh, I'm a critical thinker.
Critical thinker sounds flattering, so you call yourself one. Simple.
I know what critical thinking is.
And what is it?
It's knowing right from wrong.
Perfect asshole formula response. Critical thinking is knowing right from wrong. Sounds sweet, so you cloak yourself in it. You're the authority on right and wrong because you say you are.
If there's one thing I know for sure, it's when someone's bullshitting like an asshole.
Exactly. You declare yourself an expert on right and wrong. And you must be right because, after all, you know right from wrong. That's just the asshole formula solo circle jerk. It rots brains because who needs to think when you can just declare yourself whatever sounds good and your challengers whatever sounds bad?
You call me names. Doesn't that mean you're an asshole?
Do you mean I know you are, but what am I?
Well, aren't you?
If you were curious, I could explain it.
Of course I'm curious.
So you say, because curious sounds sweet, and you sugarcoat yourself in anything that sounds sweet.
You're such an asshole.
If I'm an asshole, does that prove you're not one?
Never mind me. Are you one?
What do you think? Am I an asshole?
Idiot, I already told you you're insulting me, so you're an asshole.
So an asshole is anyone who insults you. Is that your definition?
You're my definition of an asshole. That's why I'm not talking to you anymore.
Do I claim I know right from wrong?
You act like a know-it-all.
I am not the authority on who's an asshole. You asked for my definition, and I gave it to you. I'm a human. I try to make careful guesses.
But you called me an asshole.
The way I see it, the asshole formula isn't just name-calling. It's self-flattery and name-calling by smell. Sweet words for you, stanky words for any threats to your authority. It's ignoring what words mean, but playing God, the supreme judge.
Which is what you do. You insult me.
I insult people who I'm convinced are using the asshole formula. I'm out to disappoint people who use it.
Insulting and disappointing people is wrong.
We all insult and disappoint. I don't pretend I don't. I try to figure out when to insult and disappoint. People who use the asshole formula are on the top of my list.
Yeah, but what if you're wrong?
How do you mean?
What if you're insulting me and I'm not using the asshole formula?
Then I live and learn. I apologize and adjust.
You should apologize then.
I remain convinced you're using the asshole formula.
Which means you think I'm an asshole.
That's my bet. You could quit being one with me, but you're addicted, so that's hard.
You're just a name caller.
Not just. I try to name call with precision. I think about what words mean. I try to guess right when to name call.
I treat people with respect.
See, that's how I bet you're using the formula. You don't treat everyone with respect. I doubt anyone can or should, but since it sounds good, you say you do it without thinking about what it means.
Yeah, but you're a name caller.
Calling me a name caller is name calling. But you don't notice that. The asshole formula is just mindless shit-tossing at rivals while mindlessly showering yourself with sweetness so you can't smell your own shit. It's robotic. Any idiot can apply that formula. It makes you feel like an authority, but it's meaningless.
You're an asshole. That's all I know. That's why I'm not talking to you anymore. I deserve better. I'm honest and kind, and I'm not going to take this bullshit.
You can't handle arguments by someone who listens to more than word sounds, so you run away tossing shit behind you and showering yourself with sugar.
That's not what I'm doing.
So says the fake authority. Now you'll run away, sugar-licking your wounds and declaring yourself the winner.
See how that worked? Pretty simple. The techniques are not hard. You don't have to master a bunch of stuff. You just got to feel it in your bone. You have to feel your fallibilism, that you're a human, not a god. And you have to deliver that message through those two simple rules. You're not going to tolerate anybody playing God. You're not a god. They're not a god. So the techniques are just a little unfamiliar. They might take a little practice, especially if you're dealing with someone who you sense is a bully or an asshole for a very long time. You're not used to dealing with them in these ways. This is the way that I think works. You don't have to master a lot. You have to keep with your message. You have to stick with it doggedly. Okay? If you're interested in getting a little deeper into psychoproctology, because I think we all need to be psychoproctologists these days. I mean, I think there are a lot of problems in the world, but the most fundamental problem is actually that we have not even begun to address the question of how do you humbly humble people who will say or do anything to avoid humility. I think that's kind of the root of all evil. So if we don't focus on that question, we're not going to get very far. We'll end up doing all the pitiful things that enable them to do what they do. What they do is actually a whole lot like what exhibitionists do. They sidle up as if they want a conversation. And as soon as they've got your attention, they open their trench coat and expose their dogmatic self-deification. And whatever predictable response you give to them, they've already got a predictable response for that, one that makes them feel heroic and right. So if you walk away, they call you a quitter, and if you fight them, they act like a prude and shame you for it. And if you take it, you're a sucker and a wimp. So you got to find something that isn't any of the predictable natural responses to these exhibitionists. And that's what this work is about. Now, I wrote a book. I've written lots of articles. There's other videos about it, but I've also written a whole book on the subject. Here it is. What's Up with A-Holes? How to Spot and Stop Them Without Becoming One. And it's available on Amazon. And I'd love for you to pay more attention to this question because this world needs more psychoproctologists. And this book is Advanced Psychoproctology for Beginners. Thanks for checking me out. Subscribe. You know the drill. Take care.